Hello and welcome to this nighttime. Dawn has not arrived. Nighttime, maybe in a week it will. Nighttime taste challenge. Two 40% alcohol mixto tequilas. One is the best selling tequila. One is relatively obscure unless you live in an area that has Winn-Dixie stores, which you might. If you live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Here is Jose Cuervo Especial from Jalisco, Mexico, made with blue agave. It doesn't say 100% blue agave because it does contain filler liquor, probably sugarcane distillate or sugarcane vodka. Wouldn't matter as long as it tastes like tequila. That's all the law requires. It has to have the aroma and flavor of tequila, and they're not allowed to go above 49% filler. Don't know what the percentage is on this. They don't disclose it. It's 2 times distilled, they say, and it's from Jose Cuervo. Now I know it says Proximo Spirits, but Proximo Spirits is Jose Cuervo company, Beckel, Beckle, Beckel. Beckel is the family that owns Jose Cuervo. Because over the years, since they were established in 1795, they've had different family members inherit the company, and then the daughter inherits it. She marries a guy named Beckel, and so okay, that's how that works. So, glass bottle. This was like $35.99 for this handle. Still, you can get it for 30. I saw it on sale this week, $37.99. So yeah, it really was. It's not one of these games that they play where a company uses a name and a date that really has nothing to do with when the product was introduced. Like Evan Williams, they talk about 1783 and all of this, but Evan Williams whiskey didn't hit the market till 1955. That's when the trademark was adopted. This has an embossment. It's got designs on it, signatures, lettering. It looks really nice. It's got the date. One of the best looking labels in the world for tequila. Definitely not the best tequila because it's just a basic product, but it's a whipping boy of the tequila world. People like to hate on Cuervo. Maybe that's jealousy involved or like resentment that people still drink it and love it. Same thing with like beer, Budweiser. That's the whipping boy, one of the whipping boys. How can these people drink that? I know they don't like it. Yeah, right. That's why they buy suitcases of it, because they don't like it. Crown Royal and Canadian whiskey world, same thing. Johnny Walker in the world of Scotch. Jameson, Irish whiskey. It's the same old story. Bacardi and rum. You get a popular product and think it's going to be attacked. Here's Winn-Dixie Premium Tequila Silver, imported from NOM 1143. That's Gonzalez and Gonzalez. It's bottled in Kentucky by Wide World Importers for Winn-Dixie stores. Now, Winn-Dixie was established in 1955 with a merger of Winn and Dixie grocery stores. And they got bought by Aldi last year, so a lot of things are changing there. Ultimately, I don't know what's going to happen with Winn-Dixie, but we still have it here in my town, and they still have these liquors on the shelf. I don't know if Aldi's plan is to start selling liquor like they do in Europe and in their subsidiary Trader Joe's, and of course now their subsidiary Winn-Dixie. There's a lot of money in that, even private labels, so I don't know why they would want to get rid of that income stream. It seems unlikely that they wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But anyway, that's what's happening there. Have they been making a Winn-Dixie private label since 1955? It's possible because they have been doing private label liquor and beer for a long, long time. Liam Gillespie says, "Morning, Ron. Sending my regards to the ones." Thank you. My mind is all messed up right now. Messed up in my head with being upset and angry. But not surprised. I've been warning about these things for years, and people just don't learn. They don't learn. They didn't learn 24 years ago, apparently. They didn't learn on October 7th. They don't learn. Phil says, hello, Jay. Happy New Year to you. Thank you, Phil. Trying to make it happy. God bless us. Help us, Lord. Okay. Got to pray about it. Jesus said, love your enemies. I do love my enemies. He didn't say don't deal with them, though. He didn't say don't, protect people from them. That's not Amish, you know what I mean? We're not living in pie in the sky thing. All right, so here's Winn-Dixie Tequila Silver. Of course, everything's premium. $18.99. It's one of the items that's basically always on sale. So now there are periods in time where they're not on sale, but that will last maybe 2 weeks and then back on sale. So if you play your cards right, you can always discount and just wait. If it goes off sale, just wait. It'll come back on. Got to take it off of sale sometimes, though, because they could be accused of unethical business practices, which we'll look at this in a minute. That's why the Business Bureau listed, what was that company, mypillow.com? They listed them as an unfair business, as an unethical business, because they had that buy one pillow, get one free. And the Better Business Bureau said that's always the deal. And they're making it sound like they're called now, or it's not going to be 2 for 1. But they said, when was it ever not for 1? You see? And so the company just said, we don't care what you say. We want a lot of money. And the Better Business Bureau said, fine, but you're not going to be listed as a company. That's all we're saying. Do what you want. We're not the government. We're just an association of good businesses. Jose Cuervo Especial Silver is part of the world's #1 tequila brand. Double distilled, blended tequila. And most tequilas different tequilas that are blended together to get an optimum flavor. Same thing with Scotch or even single malt. Yeah, it's malt, but it's from a single distillery, but it could be different. It's blends of different muskies to get an optimum taste, but no grain, no grain whiskey. A bourbon is a blended whiskey in the sense that it's rye whiskey, malted whiskey, sometimes wheat, and mostly corn blended together. So a normal way of doing things. Some people hear the word blended and they start to lid. Now this is a very expensive price if you order it from Cuervo, $44.99. Elsa's got it right now for $37.99, and I don't see a benefit of ordering through the mail unless you just like paying more. So, crisp, clean, subtle blue agave notes, warm and smooth finish. No wonder Especial is one of the fastest growing tequilas in America. Yeah, like it hadn't been #1 for 70 years. It's not like it's it's #1 tequila brand. #1 is silver, #2 is gold. One out of every 5 cases in the world is so 20% of the whole tequila sales in the world is this product. Now I might say, yeah, but it's all marketing. You know how many television commercials they run and internet ads, and go to the football game and they got a big banner up there. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, but come on. Does advertising make an impact? Certainly does. If it didn't make an impact, they wouldn't waste money doing it. On the other hand, the product has to have quality. You're not going to fool people too long selling in a bad product with flashy ads. It's not going to happen. People are not going to the store and buying in tequila, Jose Cuervo, because they hate it. And it's the same thing with beer. People will say, wow, they drink Budweiser and Heineken because they don't know good beer. Well, you don't know that. They might have tried craft beer and just thought, bleh, tastes like mud, whatever. And I have a friend, he drinks regular old beer. He's tried craft beer. I let him try some High Life Ale. And he was like, oh, yeah, that tastes good. He thought it was good. He's not going to buy it. So you got to get your mindset straight that just because you're into a hobby and you're into all these specialty products, that everybody else who's not interested in it, which is most of the world, of drinkers, let's say in this category, that they're wrong, and you're so elevated and elite, and you know so much, they don't know anything, and all. Just think about it for a minute. Hello, Ron. Hey, Ron, says Wesley Alzheimer. Happy New Year. Good to see Dave back yesterday in a good mood. Yeah, it was very nice. That was very good. So I think I have these mixed up pretty well, because you've been hearing me when I was talking about the tequilas, swirling them around and all that. So I saw a video review where somebody was saying, man, Jose Cuervo got bought out by Proximo Spirits. No. Proximo Spirits is Jose Cuervo. It's simply a import company that they set up to handle all the brands that they were buying. They bought Bushmills. These guys here behind me, they own Bushmills. All right. And a whole lot of other distilleries around the world. So they just made an umbrella company. Proximo Spirits doesn't really mean anything. Headquartered in Jersey City, New Jersey, to handle all the imports. It says at the bottom, Beckel, of their website. And then if you read the Jose Cuervo, the Beckel family owns Cuervo. And it's the same family as the Cuervo family. It's just, like I said, by marriage, the girl's name, and her husband's name, Beckel. All right. And then they continue on. Now, if another one gets married and she inherits, and it might be called, Smith Company. But anyway, it's like Guinness. People say, yeah, Guinness got bought out by Diageo. No, Diageo is Guinness. That's just a name Guinness made up. Doesn't even mean anything. They just want to make it sound Italian or something, Diageo. It's one of those names that have no meaning, like Haagen-Dazs. They want to sound Dutch. But it's like gibberish. Somebody just made that up. It's gibberish for ice cream. Same concept. Guinness Beer Company, who bought out the world. Grand Metropolitan and Guinness merged. And so Guinness said, look, we'll just make up a umbrella company called Diageo. And their investors own it. It's not a family owned thing. It's big, and you can invest in it. I think they sell stock on the stock market. All right. But anyway, all right. So we got an Aldi brand as of 2024 versus Cuervo, which is its own brand. Could they one day get bought out? Obviously, anybody could get bought out if they want to sell it. This one smells kind of ho-hum, regular, ordinary, nothing bad. Can't say it smells bad. Doesn't smell like much. It's cold outside. I went walking earlier and I was cold, but I was bundled up, so it wasn't so bad. Still got another mile to walk. All right, so that smells all right, but nothing to get excited about by any stretch of the imagination. This smells even less. It's like that doesn't have much character. This has no character, basically, in aroma. I'm talking about aroma. So it goes from minimal aroma to basically no aroma. Now, does Cuervo make 100% agave tequila? They do. And they've been making it for 48 years. It's not like they started that last week. 48 years. I wasn't aware of it. I don't really see Jose Cuervo Tradicional so much. It was probably hidden in plain sight, like it was there on the shelf. I just didn't notice it. Costs a little bit more. It's not that much more expensive, and you're going to get a lot more. So it's probably worth, you pay a little bit more, and you're going to get a full agave flavor because it's 100% agave. That's sort of like their Michelob. You know what I mean? Michelob was the elevated Budweiser, and this is the elevated Cuervo. The Tradicional. We'll worry about that the next time around. Of course, you see what they did with Michelob. It went bye-bye. Well, it's still being produced, but try finding it. Everything now is Michelob Ultra. Once Michelob Ultra came to the forefront, that became the elevated Bud Light. A little higher grade type of Bud Light drink. With the low carb exercise beer, you could work out and drink Michelob Ultra. The old advertising approach for Michelob was you're doing better than other people. You got a better car, a nicer house, you worked a little hard, you got a better college degree or whatever, and now you can have this party at your house with all the cheese board and all the nice food, and weekends were made for Michelob, and that kind of thing. And then that faded once, really about the 90s. And then like I said, Michelob Ultra is the new thing. But now Michelob Ultra is not going to talk about that. It's going to be all about exercising, whatever. All right. But anyway, you get the picture. Let's go. They're both clear. So, I didn't pour enough of this one. But I don't remember which one I didn't pour enough of because I was too busy blabbing and I didn't pay attention. That's okay. So it could be one or the other. Even the weight won't matter because even if this one's a little light, I don't remember which was which. That's why I got the tags at the bottom. M for the main product and C for the competitor. All right, nose. Oh, already did that. All right, taste. To me, tequila has like a black pepper flavor. Because to me, this is me. I'm no kind of expert in tasting. I don't have any kind of certificates or any kind of training really, except home training. But to me, tequila, especially the silver tequilas, have like a black pepper flavor similar to like bell pepper have that flavor. It's not really that, but you're trying to think about what it is. It's something, bell pepper is unique. It doesn't taste like anything else. And you would never confuse bell pepper with anything else that I'm aware of. So yeah, it has that little note. So this one tastes simplistic, but not bad. Are people buying Cuervo to sip neat at room temperature? No. That's why when you look on the back, immediately you see what? Cocktail recipes. You go to the Cuervo website, immediately they're directing your attention to cocktails for this thing. Margaritas, naturally. Yeah, nothing here. It's like vacant. Now, in its own right, when I taste it on its own, it's a little bit more to it. But if you watch my solo review, which might be posted by now, I was saying it's kind of, all right, basic, like C plus, B minus. I think that's the best you could give it. C plus, high average, B minus, low, arguably good. B minus means it's arguably good. But if somebody said they didn't think it was good, you wouldn't take issue with it. You'd be like, it's it is dull and bland, but not bad, not off-putting. Are people buying this to sip neat at room temperature? That's not the case. They're buying it for one reason only, and the word starts with an M. And it sounds like a woman's name. Okay, it is a woman's name. Okay, all right, okay. So I think Cuervo is the winner. But it's not really racing ahead of it in a comparative sense. Now, when I did Cuervo on its own, a solo review, I thought it had a lot of interesting qualities, and I thought I gave it a very high grade on its own. However, when it went into competition, it didn't really race ahead of the other products. It was ahead, but not. So would it be a good trade-off to get the Winn-Dixie for $18.99 versus Cuervo for $37.99 on sale this week at Rouse's, which is a competitor of Winn-Dixie? I think it would be. You're saving nearly half the money, and you're not losing that much because you're not really getting that much from the Cuervo to start with. Now, if you put the Tradicional into the picture, well, then, yeah, there's no chance. It's a clear-cut winner to loser comparison. It does have a sugar water type of flavor, which I think is the filler. Okay, no problem. It's just a flat flavor. Flatter. I thought it would be a closer call. I mean, not as close of a call. I'm saying it backwards. I thought this would be pretty easy to call because I thought Cuervo would smash it. But it hasn't really happened. And I've given it an honest assessment. I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference. You might. I'm not. No knock against Cuervo. No, I'm not on their They're not a sponsor. I've never received anything free from them. Not that I would turn it down. Cuervo, y'all can call me. Got my email. Send all the free stuff. Don't look for that to happen. Anyway, actually, I really wouldn't want. Honestly, I really would not want a liquor company to send me anything at this time because I got too much backstock now. It's like when somebody gives me a bourbon, I'm like, oh, thanks. And then I'm thinking in my mind, what am I going to do with this? It's like, this is the last thing I need. I guess I'll taste it in 2033. Okay. I'm going to call this. Yeah. A little bit more developed, I think. I'm going to call this the Cuervo. Got it. I got it. I got it right, but it was not so easy. I got it wrong twice in this series, and I got it right all the other times. So, but then the ones I got it wrong against were other worldwide import Sazerac brand tequilas. You almost get the idea that it's the same stuff with different labels. You see, I never said it was the same stuff with different labels. I said it gives you the idea that it could be. I don't know what it is. It's certainly similar one to another. I was thinking of getting Atomic Torpedo Imperial IPA. Decided not to. Wasn't sure if I would enjoy 9.2 ABV. I'll check out your review of it. Yeah, I was sort of not thrilled with that. It's a lot less enjoyable than regular Torpedo. They came out with an 8.2%. Then that wasn't strong enough, so they said, let's go all the way and give it a 9.2. It's like syrupy, has a thick syrupy mouthfeel. It's bitter in some ways. But sweet. I don't know. It's too boozy. I mean, you drink the whole 19.2 ounce can, you're just asking for trouble. I mean, now if you drink it over 5 hours, it's fine. But I mean, it's like they took a good thing and they went overboard with it. It's never going to top the classic 7.2% Torpedo. And that's plenty strong. 7.2 is no joke. So maybe you made the right decision. But if you're like me, you're curious, you want to try it. And I have tried it. And I'm happy to never try it again. Okay. But then what did I do? I went and bought 90-minute IPA and then turned around and bought the same day at the same store because they had a good price at Circle K. I went at the same store and bought the doggone juicy beer hug, big juicy beer hug. 9.2, 9.9, 9.9. I said, did I ever review this? I couldn't remember. And then I got home. I said, yeah, I did it in 2023, or 2024, but this is a different year. Yeah, those things are like, crazy. And then they had the third one, the Mortal Bloom, the Bloom from Founders, and I wanted to buy it. It was a great price for this big can. I was like, oh yeah, we can do a dual review. The thing was so out of date. I said, well, put it right back on the shelf. Thing was like made in March, canned in March of last year. I put it right back on the shelf. I said, If David and I do a dual review, I want it to be a fresh can, not some old can that's been sitting in the cooler forever. I mean, it's probably all right, but it's not gonna have that full fresh beer punch. I'm telling you, beer is best fresh. You saw Pour Michigan beers, POUR Michigan beers. He did a whole bunch of aged beers, and they were all inferior and a disappointment. He said, I've given up on aging beers. Go and buy the double oaked Founders KBS double oak. It says right there on the carton, drink fresh. Drink fresh. Does not say age. Can you age it? Yeah. You can do whatever you want. But it's going to taste best fresh. And I don't understand. Some people will say, oh, it's hot. It's hot. Well, yeah, it's hot. It's 12% alcohol. Which thing is going to be mild? It's not natural light. You got to get past that worrying that it's hot. If it's too hot for you because it's 9 or 12%, don't buy it. Because a lot of these people do beer reviews aren't into liquor. That's cool. That's fine. Don't have to be. That's a dangerous thing anyway. But you buying something that's 14.7 like the Bourbon County brand stout then you're going to say, oh, it's hot. That's what it is. I've aged these things 5 years. They don't get better. Now, that's just my opinion. It's an opinion. It's not a fact. It's not objective reality. The objective reality was it was a certain ABV in an age of 5 years. Whether you think it improves or not, that's up to you. I don't see it. My friend David had some we tried that were 10 years old or 8. Tastes like mud. Horrible. I told him, I saw all you're doing is ruining your beer. I said, if you want to buy all these beers and keep them in your closet in the cellar or the beer museum, as I call it, forever, go ahead. And they're not. And he admit, yeah, I made a mistake. I admitted I made a mistake. Should have drank them fresh. Beer is for drinking. Beer is made for drinking, not saving. You want to buy collectibles, buy coins or comic books, something like that, or baseball cards. Beer is made to drink fresh. Now, liquor, that's different. That can hold its own. That can last. I got bottles 61 years old. I got a bottle of brandy, cognac brandy, 61 years old. Tastes probably as fresh as it did in 1954. Not beer. Okay. Anyway, enough right now. I don't know about wine. Wine is a different animal, and there's arguments about that. Sometimes people say it'll turn into vinegar. And I don't think I'd want to drink vinegar. I might want to put it on a salad. Okay. Or shred cabbage and put it in there and make sauerkraut, something like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. All right, enough of this. Y'all take care. See y'all next time. And the last tequila challenge for the time being, maybe in the summer, we'll get back to it. Something like that. Late spring, I don't know. We got the Cuervo Tradicional 100% agave. And then it's on to mezcal. And, you know, mezcal is one of those niche products, you could say. A lot of people don't mess with mezcal. And I can understand why. It's not as mild as tequila. It's got a lot more punch to it. Not by alcohol, but by flavor. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.